My name is Ben Appleby. I currently study finance at the University of Central Florida, and this summer I have the privilege of working with Jodi Santos in the Central Outage Group. So when I'm coming out into NextEra, some goals I wanted to accomplish included learning about the nuclear industry. To accomplish this, I used a plethora of tools that NextEra offered, including NextEra University, and was able to accomplish this as quickly as possible. The next goal I wanted to accomplish was networking, and because of Jodi Santos and as well as Mitch Goldstein, I was able to meet many individuals within the nuclear fleet as well as without, and that allowed me to see how different components of NextEra work, not just the nuclear fleet. And the final piece was I wanted to contribute a value-added project that would both improve myself and financially improve the company. And so thanks to Central Outage Group as well as the finance group, I was able to accomplish this. So one of the first projects I was initiated into was a cost savings initiative program, or actually the SIP initiative program. And I was given the vendor optimization program, and working with Jodi as well, and Mitch Goldstein, and as well David Krugel, we looked across the fleet to find vendor optimization, working with contracts, or just trying to figure out improving periodicity. And one thing we noticed was that it was actually very difficult to look throughout the fleet because a lot of the outage budgets were too different. They weren't standardized, it was hard to figure out where cost centers were. But we were able to notice that when it's standardized and we can look throughout the fleet, by 2017 we can see approximately $4 million in savings from there. As well, we wanted to be able to look for fleet comparisons to be able to improve costs in the individual cost centers. So we wanted to be able to look at side by side and look at the variances and look at how they're allocating their O&M and their capital for the individual sites, and be able to create an industry standard in order to improve for the future. And the fleet savings from this would add to the vendor optimization savings and establish the next phase of fleet optimization. So we looked at the old format for the budgets, and we noticed how strikingly different they were. Now, in the interest of time, you don't need to read the numbers, just simply look at the format, how difficult it is to compare the two, and to look at the cost centers. So each site had a different outage budget format, and it provided the inability to look across the fleet for savings. So we looked at the budget to actual variances, no help there, and a misallocation of cost because of the cost center nomenclature provided an inability to move forward, and multi-cycle work was not captured accurately, which is huge in a lot of these sites. So due to these weaknesses, we found room for improvement, and we moved from there. So new features that we added to the outage budget format include standardized nomenclature. So all the cost centers, every cost rolls up to the same cost center that it applies to for every site. Customized individual line items for them. So within the cost centers, sites can have their own line items as long as it feeds the correct cost center. And a simple yet granular design. So you can look across and you can figure out where chemistry or engineering is, and then within there, figure out where their costs are being allocated towards. And a benefit for the individual sites is that, again, it's a standard outage budget format. There's no discrepancy. Everyone can help each other and assist each other in their own budgets. You can more accurately analyze budget and your actual variances and determine why there was an issue or what the discrepancy was. And of course, side-by-side comparisons is great for future fleet savings. So again, with the new standardized outage budget throughout the fleet, we can capture new cost savings, keep upholding the high safety levels that we've been upholding, and contribute to our growth model. And this will assist with the Central Outage Group's look-ahead tool that they've been working on, and allow for additional savings, as I've said. So in conclusion, for the future of the outage budget standardization, we're going to monitor the output from these sites to make sure that it's running smoothly and that the budgets are not too far off from the actuals, and if there are, we can figure that out, and improve the overall benefit for the look-ahead tool. And then as for the future of the SIP initiatives, such as the vendor optimization, we're now exposed to more opportunities for cost-saving initiatives because of the standard budget. And so I'd like to thank Jodi Santos, Mitch Goldstein, David Krugel, Frank Burke, Mitch Burke, and the rest of the Central Outage Group.